Beavers by Colton. Damn those beavers. The woods appear. A river appears flowing. Teenager number 1 and teenager number 2 appear laying on a towel. Isn't nature beautiful? Asked teenager number 1. It definitely is. Just as beautiful as you are, said teenager number 2. Oh, baby. That was sweet, said teenager number 1, looking at teenager number 2, then kisses him. Teenager number 2 gets pushed onto the ground. Teenager number 1 lays on top of teenager number 2, then kisses him. Both teenager number 1's and teenager number 2's clothes are being taken off. Teenager number 1 unbuckles teenager number 2's pants. Whoa, are you sure? Especially out here, said teenager number 2. Why not? No one's coming past. We're miles away from people. Come on, baby. Don't you want these? Asked teenager number 1, taking off her bra. Teenager number 2 smiles, then takes off his pants. Teenager number 1 pushes teenager number 2 back onto the towel, then lays on top of him. Both teenager number 1 and number 2 are moaning. Moaning echoes, rustling in the distance. Wait, hold on, babe. I heard something, said teenager number 2. What was it? Asked teenager number 1. It. Rustling in the distance again. Both teenager number 1 and number 2 look up at the bushes. Rustling sound. Teenager number 2 start laughing. I thought it was something bigger, said teenager number 1. You women and your sizes, said teenager number 2. Speaking of which, I think you could use some more length, said teenager number 1, laughing. Oh yeah, said teenager number 2, rolling teenager number 1 into her back, then starts towards them. Hey babe, look. It's coming this way, said teenager number 1. Both teenager number 1 and teenager number 2 kneeling on the towel. The baby beaver stops a few feet from the towel, then stares at both teenager number 1 and teenager number 2 again. Hey little one. How you doing, pal? Asked teenager number 2, reaching towards the baby beaver. Don't do that. You don't know if it's sick, said teenager number 1. Don't worry, babe. I know what I'm doing, said teenage number 2, looking at teenage number 1. The baby beaver sniffs teenager number 2's finger, then bites it. Teenager number 2 screams, looks at his left hand, then sees his fingers have been bitten off. Oh my God. Teenager number 2 stands up, grabs a rock, then throws it at their baby beaver. The baby beaver growls, then runs away. Teenager number 1 stands up. We need to get you to a hospital. It could have rabies, said teenager number 1. Yeah, grab our clothes, said teenage number 2. The clothes are being picked up. Teenager number 1 looks, then sees figures in the distance moving towards them. Babe, what's that? Asked teenager number 1. Teenager number 2 looks. A colony of beavers appear running towards both teenager number 1 and teenager number 2. Holy shit, run babe, run, said teenage number 2. Both teenager number 1 and teenager number 2 start running down the side of the river. The colony of beavers follow teenager number 1 and teenager number 2. Teenager number 1 trips. Baby, help, said teenage number 1. 3 beavers jump onto teenager number 1. Teenager number 2 grabs a stick, then swings it. Beavers are being hit with the stick. Come on, babe, said teenager number 2. Both teenager number 1 and number 2 continue running. The colony of beavers continue following behind teenager number 1 and teenage number 2. Teenager number 2 stops. Why are you stopping? Asked teenager number 1. I'm trying to figure out which way, said teenage number 2. Hurry up, babe, said teenage number 1. Teenager number 2 looking at both paths. The colony of beavers is getting closer. This way, said teenager number 2 pointing. Both teenager number 1 and teenager number 2 run down path. The colony of beavers run down the same path. Footsteps continue running then stop. What now? Asked teenager number 1. Look, they lead us to their home, said teenager number 2. What do we do now? Asked teenager number 1. I got a plan. It's crazy, though, said teenager number 2. What is it? Asked teenager number 1. Get across the river. I'll lead them to me, said teenager number 2. Teenager number 1 runs across the river. Teenager number 2 looks then sees a bigger and wider stick. Hurry up, babe. Teenager number 2 walks into the water then approaches the dam. The stick gets put into one of the dam boards. Teenager number 1 looks then sees the colony of beavers approaching. Here they come, said teenage number 1. Stay back, no matter what happens. The colony of beavers running, stop, see teenage number 2 then hiss. Come on you bastards, said teenage number 2. The colony of beavers run towards teenager number 2. Teenager number 2 continuously moving the stick. Hurry. The colony of beavers jump at teenager number 2 then start biting him. Teenager number 2 screams then pushes onto the stick. The dam breaks. The water rushes through. Both the colony of beavers and teenager number 2 get washed away. No. Teenager number 1 follows the river. Bodies of the beavers appear floating. Teenager number 1 looking around then gasps. Teenager number 2 appears floating. Teenager number 1 grabs teenage number 2 then pulls him onto the land. Don't worry, baby. I'm here for you. I'm here. I got you, said teenager number 1. Teenager number 2 gasps, sees teenage number 1 then smiles. There's that beautiful woman of mine, said teenager number 2. Oh baby, thank God, said teenage number 1 kissing teenage number 2. Let's get out of here, said teenager number 2. Teenager number 1 helps teenage number 2 stand up. Both teenager number 1 and number 2 are walking away. Hissing sound from behind both teenage number 1 and teenage number 2. Both teenager number 1 and teenage number 2 slowly turn around. More beavers appear then growl. Both teenager number 1 and teenage number 2 scream. The other colony of beavers jump at teenager number 1 and teenage number 2. The end.